Hello and welcome everybody. We have the global patch notes for June 13th, 2025, and we're going to start off strong with the Gumiho Chapter 8, 9, and 10 boss blitz. So Gumiho is coming to the 8, 9, 10 boss blitz. Again, number 8 is going to be 345 AP, and the number 9 and 10 is going to be 355 or higher. In the higher difficulties, the Jewels apply or will not have an effect, just like all the other previous Calamity 8, 9, 10s. The rewards are looking very similar, pretty much Essence of Dawn, gold bars, memory fragments, sparks of the Hungig Embers, sealed black magic crystals, and the Voltarian traces in the certain ranks. So no real change there. Same thing on the loot obtained by chance. You have the Dawn's Glove still being in there, Deboreka earrings being in this one. There is also a small thing where the Black Shrine, some of the locations of the recovery beads that appear when subduing Gumiho in the Donghae personal version has been changed as well. So do pay attention for the recovery orbs for that. Last changes, we only have a small one on Wusa. Apparently there was a phenomenon where damage taken by the dead adventurer was being absorbed into the power of the skill, and the character died while using the Donghae technique has been fixed. Then we get a update to the Black Spirit energy consumption buff for the Combat Exp. It used to be 100 energy for 60 minutes, this will be changed to 180. The buff that could be obtained by using the 50 energy will be completely removed. But also the buff values for increased combat experience and skill experience have been changed to plus 50%. Still extremely low considering the amount of energy you spend, but hey, at least it's a small increase. They've also improved so you can obtain both the combat and skill XP at the same time, so it's no longer a separate one. So in both cases you'll get 50% combat and 30% skill XP at the same time. And they've added the ability to consume energy as well for a life XP buff. This is, to be honest, a nice one for cooking or alchemy, where you're gaining energy. So for 100 energy, you get 180 minutes of plus 20 life XP. This is, like I said, really great for cooking or alchemy. Possibly even sailing. Only problem is you can't really pull off the Black Spirit on the boat, so you'll have to go to the guild manor to do that. The objective and description of the Black Spirit Ore Burn quest among the Growth Path objective has also been changed to match the new ore consumption, and the reward buff for 1 to 6 for faster growth that can be received from the challenge task has been based on battle fame for characters level 15 to 60. So this is the combat fame. So if you had 15 to 300, it used to only give you 20, 301, and so on and so forth. So most of us are obviously at the 1,500 mark. If you're below this, it was a little bit lower, and it still is after the change, but it has been buffed. So 15 to 300, you're looking at plus 30%, plus 50, 70, 100, and 150. And then if you're above 1,500, you're looking at 200% combat experience for level 15 to 60 characters as a nice little bonus once per day. Then items, they're changing the trade quantity items or trade caps. So the reason there is a set quantity that can be traded at once in the central market is to allow for more adventurers to participate in trading. So they've adjusted the settings for certain items where plenty of adventurers can still trade them, even if the tradable quantity per transaction is increased. So here we have the maximum number of items that can be registered at one time when selling or purchasing the following items has been changed. So first off, we have an example of a change on the Blackstone. The number of available items for sale existing used to be 5,000, now it will be 10,000. And the number of purchase requests available is going from 500 to 1,000. When the inventory piles up, the number of purchasable requests goes up to 5,000 at a time. So it does scale up. The same thing goes for quantity of cooking items. The ingot items, here we can see that the quantity has been increased from 500 to 1,000, and the number of items that can be registered is the same as before, so 10,000. And if it's more than that, you can buy 5,000 at a time. Similar thing for the blood products, which is the Clown's Blood, Wise Man's Blood. Same thing goes for the oils, The crystal items is getting an increase. The melted shards, plywood items also going up. Solid plywood as well. Planks. And finally, Caphras and other items. So Garma scales, metal solvent, memory fragments, eggs, sealed black magic crystals, blackstones, sharps, milk, fruit of nature, traces of nature, and the Caphras is all getting a overall increase, with a massive increase if there is a lot on the market. The following items have also had their information added to their item descriptions regarding the exchange for remnants of spirits. So hunting stuffed furniture and the Breath of Narcion and Breath of Alma. This has been added. Then we have another big thing, a weekly quest that is being added with the effectively the Ember of Despair in the Tunkruda region. So it is a weekly quest to kill 500 heroes, and you will get 10 guaranteed embers. The acquisition probability of the Ember of Despair, which can be obtained by defeating the following monsters in the Tunkruda region, has also been increased by 18%, which is the Turo Scout, Turo Pikeman, and Turo Berserker. So overall, if you're grinding there, you should get a lot more Despairs in general. The same quest has been added to the Frost Embers for Jade Forest for 500 Odochini, which is 10 Embers of Rising Frost. And again, we have an increase on the acquisition of the following mobs in Jade Forest, which is increased by 34%. This is for the Winter Keeper, Lighthouse Keeper, Stove Keeper, and the upgraded versions respectively. And the obtainable quantity of the Frost Embers and Jade of Ages from the Erethea's Limbo has been increased. So here we see the Erethea's box going from 1 to 3, and the Jade of the Years going from 3 to 5 to 6 to 10. And in the treasure chest, we also have the Embers going from 1 to 2 to 1 to 3. And again, the Jade of Years 1 to 3 being increased. Background NPCs, effects, and cutscenes. So to make it easier to meet key NPCs in the Grand City of Calpheon, they're changing the location of Dalashane in the Old Moon Manager for more convenient access. So Dalashane is moving to the northern gate next to Liana, and the Last Moon Manager is going into the building near the gate as well. In the Hunting Ground Information UI, when guiding to the location of the Golden Pig Cave and Lucky Golden Pig Cave, it has been changed to guide you to the NPC Moonshake as well. UI changes, we have server selection screen. The wording on the season server description has been updated to reflect the current settings. So apparently there was no update on the 1000% Combat XP being limited to level 63. And information regarding the effect of the increased life experience points has been removed. System-wise, we have a stat change for the pirates out there. So when your maritime reputation is below 0 and you're a pirate, you can no longer repair or supply your ship at the NPCs below. So I recently got told that Land of the Morning Light and Ospercon were still possible ports. This has now been removed. So Ospercon is gone. Same for the Land of the Morning Light spots. And also the Castle of Odalita and Camisylvia Castle, which I do not agree with this at all. If a red player is participating in War of the Roses, they should be able to access the wharf managers. This is just excluding them for no reason. They're wartime ports. Red players should be able to access them, but I will be definitely checking the forums for somebody possibly pushing against this, because those spots, they're so out of the way, and they definitely should remain open to pirates next to Coit Island. There is also a notice on the increased update capacity due to replacement of sound files. So we will have that on the regular maintenance on June 18th and 25th, or 19th and 26th, depending on when your update is. This will improve the in-game audio stability, and they will be replacing sound files over the next 2 weeks. The updates will be a little bit larger due to this, as files are being swapped out. Overall, the size shouldn't increase too much. It is more of the download to swap files. Then we have some fixes and changes. So the icon of Stablekeeper Youngwill, located in, I think that is the Forest and Land of the Morning Light, will be displayed normally now. The input key in the description for the horse sprint skill has been changed from W shift to just shift. For Zekia, they fixed an issue with black invaders were not detected properly in certain situations during the Orwa battle. Also, an issue with the Solar Spear crest border was not being awarded to adventurers based on their previous season end scores has been fixed. Red Battlefield has a fix where a penalty would not be applied if the match ended in Valencia, the capital city, before the time limit had run out, but the target score was reached first. There was an issue with the completion message at the top of the screen not being displayed when completing the non-weight war back to Yunro has been fixed. Issue where icons for unused menus were exposed in the old menu. Issues where awkward text would be displayed when investing energy in a base with a character that has been inactive for a long time. Also, an issue with a Black Desert client would close down in certain situations when using Fairy's Generous Hand skill. I think that's the revive skill. They've also fixed an issue where pathfinding would work awkwardly when navigating from a lake or river within a continent rather than an ocean to a land destination. When opening the Yoko Street Warehouse from the Royal Workshop menu, the Yoko Street Warehouse UI will now close when the Royal Workshop UI is closed. Further, there was an issue where the following items could be transferred to another character, even when the available skills were on cooldown, which is the Asadal necklace and belt and the Tavek belt. They have also fixed an issue where the last digit of silver was not deducted when purchasing an item whose price did not end in 0 in the Patricio Secret Shop. Morning Light, they fixed an issue where silver could be deducted when moving back to Seoul via the Abyssal Bell after entering the Magnus in Seoul. And they fixed an issue where component information was displayed awkwardly when an item had 15 or more components in the Pearl Shop. Further, issues where items in the warehouse would be arranged unnaturally when performing certain actions with the automatic arrangement feature. And finally, a small pad or gamepad fix where an error message would appear in certain situations when investing in a stronghold. Going on the recap, okay, sound files. Hopefully it'll fix a few things. To be honest, like I said, the pirate thing, I understand maybe removing the Land of the Morning Light and Osprey, but at the same time, Osprey was supposed to be kind of lawless. Why is it being removed? It takes so much work to get to Osprey through the rivers. Just let people travel there. And the same thing goes for the castle. It's a war zone. I'm sorry, let red players walk through a war zone. That is perfectly reasonable. UI changes, okay. NPC character locations, also a nice change. Definitely makes it a little bit easier to get to them. The Embers increase, I am sad that Murawalk is being left out. I feel like Murawalk is a great alternative if you really don't like Jade or just find it too contested at times. I like Murawalk, but sadly, no love for Murawalk. The Central Market increases is definitely a nice thing. It is well overdue that the caps move. Nice change on the buff. It just gives you a bit more oomph. I mean, sure, it's just double the Combat XP from 100 to 200 and max in the max case, but still very nice to see. And also, at least we're getting 50% from the energy buff. I don't feel it's really worth it, 100 energy for 50%, but the 20% on the life that is coming, that is a really nice one. And otherwise, Gumiho Calamity 8, 9, 10. Great to see them expand this. I do wish the speed would be increased a little bit, but hey, that's just the speed we're going to live with. And with that, we are done. And I say thank you. If you can, give this video a like and maybe that subscribe button if it helped you, but you don't have to. And again, thank you, and I'll see you around a video.